Tēnā koutou e te wānui uri no tō tātou nei maunga no mai o ki mai ki tō tātou nei teihana a te korimako o Taranaki. Heoi anō rā ko te Huihuinga o ngā tātārakihi ka tū mai rā hei a pōpō ki te ware o Ruaputahanga me ki rā ko TSB Hub ki te tonga o Taranaki tērā. No reira kei te kōrero atu au ki tētihi o ngā coordinators me ki rā ko Rangi Mōkai. No reira ka reo rua tāua, engari ki koutou rā e wakarongo maina. We will be going in both languages as it is te wiki o te reo Māori. No reira e te tuaine, tēnā koe, nau mai, ara mai.
Kia ora, tēnā koe. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I thought it was really important just to push out. We've got one day to go before Tātarakihi. And kei te tika, kei te tonga tātou. We've gone back down to the south, which is always really exciting to be back down the south and go into the space of Ngāti Rua Nui and Ngā Ruahine and have those two kura kaupapa with all of their support helping us in the south. So, yeah, really excited.
Ka pai. And of course, 2023, we're well over COVID-19. And first and foremost, let's get into Te Huihuinga o ngā Tātarakihi Festival 2023 and tell us a little bit about it, how many teams are performing and what's going to be happening on the day.
Ka pai. Yeah, so initially we had 32 teams in with us, and we've had a couple that have had to drop off, and that's about their some māuiwi going on at the kura, so they've had to pull out. So we're back down to 30 rōpū, which is still a massive number. We haven't seen that since COVID for a really long time it's been. And so out of the 30, you've got 5 whakataitai, and they're not even the usual whakataitai rōpū that we've seen. So really good mix of the north and the south of Taranaki in those whakataitai rōpū, and some new ones that are coming to ring in and give themselves a try while our other kura are out at nationals this year. So it's really, really awesome to see so many kura come back and then all of the new ones going, let's go for whakataitai this year. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. We've got a cover of the right around the maunga, and so we've got coastal coming out from the coast, but then we've also got Waitara coming out from the top, and we've got Hawera and beyond, and then right around the middle too. So this is the first time in a long time that we've seen our whole maunga, our whole rohe come back together. We're starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm sure the pōwhiri will take place at 8:15. At the moment, our rōpū down in the South Taranaki, who will be conducting the pōwhiri, have all of those taonga as well. So we want to have a look at something a little bit different this year. If we don't have other kura that have come for a pōwhiri, then we will be looking at setting karakia for the morning. So rather than our traditional pōwhiri, those taonga in back into Tātarakihi Festival in our ringaringa, we have always gone with Ngāti Rua Nui Ngā Ruahine rangi to conduct that pōwhiri when we're in the tonga, and so they will proceed with karakia instead of pōwhiri if none of our other kura turn up to that pōwhiri in the morning. So it may look a little bit different this year, but we will definitely have lots and lots of whānau out there, lots of kaimahi out there that are going to be guiding everybody through it. So if you do arrive, come around by where Ruaputahanga is standing, and we will have all that information around what it looks like in the morning.
Ka pai. No reira, mihi atu ki a koutou ngā kai wakarite o tō tātou nei, o tō tātou nei kaupapa nui. And again, we're down in the south. We're at Te Ware o Ruaputahanga. And of course, as you said, there's a lot of tamariki that are standing this year, a lot of schools standing this year. Tell us some of the schools or the schools that will be performing on the day.
Yeah, so because I'm here at Te Pēhenga Kākano Wairangi Atia, we're one of the kura that are going in as well. We've got down, of course, Ngāti Ruanui, we've got Ngā Ruahinerangi, and we've got a lot of our English medium kura that are coming back again. So Waitara East with their bilingual unit, Manukorihi, who have always been there. We've got Central New Plymouth, we've got lots of St. Joseph schools on the list. Yeah, and just a nice big bunch, Egmont Village School, everyone's coming around, and lots of some new names as well that haven't been a part of Tātarakihi Festival. So they will all be putting their new shoes on and getting down here, and we've had lots of conversations back and forth around how things run and what our karere looks like, but I think we've ironed out lots of those new anxieties for some of the new rōpū coming in, and it's been really, really awesome connecting up with our new kura.
It's always wonderful to see new rōpū, kapahaka rōpū coming into the Tātarakihi. And now, as you said, they have the nationals, the manu kōrero down in Dunedin. Down in Dunedin, and of course, you know, and Te Wiki o Te Reo Māori. So, you know, you're really tight string, you know, with a lot of, well, the schools that have a manu kōrero that's heading down to nationals. But I just want to do a big shout out ka tuku au i te aumihi ki a rātou mā ngā rangatahi e tū ana ki te atamira mō te manu kōrero nationals. Hioi anō rā, let's get back to Tātarakihi. Of course, this is the first starter, and as the kids grow older, they go into the higher teams. And one thing that's special, one thing that has changed this year, is there any changes this year?
So this year is a non-qualifying year, so that means we still run a competition, so we still get first, second, third, and they all come out with the prize giving. So the prize giving's at 5:45, hopefully, and then those people who get those prizes, they get to take those trophies home for the year, but they won't go on to the national body, which is Te Mana Kuratahi. So every second year we have a qualifying year, and that means that basically when you come first and second overall, you get sent away to our national body. But because this is a non-qualifying year, we still like to run the competition, and we still like to let definitely those kura that are saying, yes, we've had a little while in ngaho and we're ready to do some whakataitai and make sure we've got our 7 items. And so using that off year to have a turn and have a go and get some feedback has been a really big push for us at Tātarakihi, but it's also been something that we think our kaiako are giving some really positive feedback on and saying, yeah, we're so glad you let us know that this is the year to just jump in, and competition isn't as harsh as it is when we're in a qualifying year and everyone's gunning. And it's also the year that our rōpū who do make it to the nationals are actually getting ready to go to the nationals. So we know that Te Mana Kuratahi takes place at the first week of November every year, and so we know that those kura are really focused on that, and we are really fortunate that both of those kura, whoever they may be, our first and second place, always come back to Tātarakihi to support our kaupapa, even though it's the year that they've got so much on already. Yeah.
Tēnā koe. And I mean, Tātarakihi is really about taking the teams who win to the next stage, which is the national, ne?
Aye.
And this is the only competition that does that for our tamariki and our rangatahi, ne?
So for primary school, we are. So we're the feeder of our national body, which is Te Mana Kuratahi. Pai rangatahi, obviously, are that secondary level, and then there's at that open senior. So yeah, we take on the primary school, and that's why we have to keep it within the primary schools for our festival. So we have had a few kura that wanted to compete and be an amalgamated group that's sits outside of a primary kura or a kura kaupapa or kura tuatahi or kura āiwi, and if they make a rōpū outside of that, we aren't allowed to accept them because of the criteria held by Te Manakuratahi. So it's out of our hands, and I'm sure we could have a competition, but they wouldn't be able to feed into that national body.
Ka pai, ka pai. No reira, mihi atu ki a koe mō tō māramatanga o te kaupapa nei o Tātarakihi. Hiuia nō rā, going back to, again, tomorrow, and $5 door charge, $3 for yeah.
Yeah, and of course we always try and keep that. We try every year to make sure that we can bring it out, but we because of funding and because we need to pay for a whare somehow and pay for a stage, and we also pay for the kaumātua kai, make sure that they're okay when they arrive here, that we do need to ask for $5. So it's always been $5 ever since I was probably in the competition myself, and then $3 for our tamariki, and all the under fives are free, and our kaumātua $3 as well.
Ka pai. Here we are, Nora. So you heard it all, whānau. And of course, we've got that ticking across the screen right as we're speaking. But also another change, and that is when we go to the TSB Hub, that Whare o Ruaputahanga, normally we have to go and buy our kai from their cafe, but things have changed.
Yeah, so this is the first year that the Hub have emailed back and said, yeah, we're going to let you have some stalls outside. And so, we've either had the cafe down there that we've been able to buy from, or we've had stalls that are off-site. So that's not too far away over at the kura, at the school that's close to the Hub. But this time we're allowed to have it on their field, so we can utilise the field. So please, if you guys are coming down tomorrow, come and support those people that are selling kai. So we always make sure that it's our whānau or fundraising groups that get preference over who gets to sell what, and then we'll push it out to the wider community. But at the moment we've got 7 really, really full kai stores that have lots and lots of different options, and I just had a look over the list, and we've got Fern's Kai Waka coming, we've got sausages, of course, we've got the chop suey, we've got fry bread, we've got burgers, we've got hangi this year, and then we've got all the promotional stores, and Te Atiawa Iwi have also got their store. They're going to come down and have a little information place where you can register, you can find out what's happening in the Te Atiawa space. And I think we're still actually, that's open, so we've still got more people signing up today that want to just bring down their stall tomorrow. Tui ora, yeah, we've got lots and lots of people who are really keen to just come in and wrap around and support Tātarakihi on the whole.
Ka pai, ka pai. Well, it is a time where you get the parents together, you get the tamariki together. So vaccinations are really important. So the health checks, everything like that. So we'll see what's happening down there tomorrow and see what's being promoted down there tomorrow. No reira. Now, what time are we looking at going through to? It's always a big question.
Yeah, the prize giving is scheduled to start at 5:45. We know that in the past, Tātarakihi, we've given each of the ngāhau rōpū 10 minutes, and that's so we can fit Tātarakihi in one day, because it's going to cost a whole lot more to fit it over 2 days and coordinate that. So we try our hardest to keep it down to 10 minutes per bracket, but there's never anybody who volunteers to go and take the kids off the stage when they're halfway through their waiata. So we know that it drags on, and sometimes our program will say one time, but on the stage, they're still going through, and they may be 1 or 2 groups behind. And so we're going to push for 5:45. We've got 2 cancellations, which means in the afternoon we're going to be able to catch up on some time. And then we hopefully will be ready by 5:45, and those judging marks will be out, and the prize giving will be ready to go. So 5:45, and then whenever that finishes, kua oti, ka mutu me te karakia, ne?
Ko te tūwana ko ka mutu pia, ne?
Tika.
Ka pai, no reira no runga I tērā ka tuku mātou a te korima ko Taranaki I ngā aroha ki a tātou nei tamariki e tūana ki te atamira. No reira, o ka ririki mai rā tamariki mā, o ka ririki mai rā te atamira mo te a pōpō, mo te a kengo ki a putau rā ngā kai wakarite mai ana I tō tātou nei kaupapa nui, tēnā rā koutou katoa, kei a koe te wā wakamutunga.
Ka pai, e mihi ana ki koutou o te korimako, tautoko ana I a mātou I a tau, ka nui te mihi ki koutou katoa. E mihi mai aroha tēnei mai te komiti matua o te Huihuinga o ngā Tātarakihi, ka Pahaka Festival, mātou ko Whare Cheryl, ko Whare Jane, ko Whare Sally, ko Whare Tiri, ko Whare Linda, ko Whare Wendy, ko Pairo, ko ngā Raina Brooks, e mihi ana ki a koutou katoa.
Tēnā koe, tēnā koutou. Ioi anō rā, just a reminder that if you're unable to make it to Tātarakihi or you're living overseas and you want to see your beautiful tamariki or your mokapuna, we are streaming live on our Te Korimako Taranaki Facebook page and via radio. If you're sitting in the car travelling home trying to get to watch the performance of your children, no mātou anō tērā, heoi anō rā, a tēnā koutou e te rau te rau hei a pōpō, tū mai rā a Taranaki, a tēnā koe e te tuahine, ngā mihi ki a koe, mō tō a ui mai.